Good morning. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Black Friday today. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. Ate a whole bunch of turkey. It was delicious. But now it's time to get back to work. I don't know what we're going to do today. Then we're going to start working on these 4-link bars. Finally got our tube in over there, so we'll probably get set up. And actually, I got the Evolution saw coming in today, the Evolution chop saw. So we'll probably wait actually until that gets delivered. That way we can cut those bars nice and straight and test that thing out. That's going to be cool. So I guess we'll probably just hang out and mess around a little bit until that saw gets delivered. Also, I'm waiting for some tips for the table over there so we can cut out some more pieces. We've got more orders to cut out and get shipped out. So my tips started messing up. I had to order a new one of those. Set me back a couple days. No problem though. We got all kinds of stuff to do. I need to clean up this junk over here and make room for the new saw. And I need a table for our new brake that we built. We built this last week, and man, that thing works excellent. All right, let's find something to do. All right, it is freezing this morning, guys. We've got the trailer hooked up to the golf cart there, and we're gonna see if we can't get these things picked up and set on this trailer. All right, we got that son of a gun jacked up there, and it is sketchy as heck. We're gonna let that transmission fluid drain out a little bit so we don't make too much more of a mess. It's already making a mess, but we'll try to keep it down a little bit. All right, I think that's about as far as we're gonna be able to get that thing. She won't come in anymore, but it's all good. That's a good spot. All right, now we got to kind of scooch this thing over and hope it don't fall over on us so we can get the other one up on here. All right, you're doing good. You're doing good. Almost there. Oh, 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 oh. All right. See if we can finagle this other one on here now. Alrighty, let's see if we can snatch this one up and get it on there. Alright, that's kind of shady, but let's see how she goes. Oh yeah, that might work for us. Oh, we got a little bit of that yellow stuff leaking out. Almost there. All right, we got those things on there. We just need to strap her down, get this fender back on, and we'll head those on over to Jared's house, drop those off, and pick up that other Crown Vic and that transmission. All right, we got these suckers strapped down. They ain't going nowhere. All right, let's see if we can get that cart out of here now. We might have to lower this truck down some. Let's see. All right, man, I'm glad to have those out of the way. Freed up a little bit of space. Nice. Sheesh, look at all the room for activities we got in here now. Look at this. So much room for activities. All right, while we're waiting on our saw to come in so that we can start these 4-link bars, I guess let's go ahead and put it on the lift, get it up, and we can start doing this drive shaft. I know some of you guys have been waiting for that. It's right there. We're probably just going to do the first half for now. That way we can finish what we're doing with the rear end. But once we get that first half in there, the back half just slides right onto that and bolts right in. So it'll be easy from there. All right, let's get her up. Looks like we need to drag that front end over a little bit. All right, let's take her up. Let's give her a little shake test to make sure it ain't gonna fall. Oh yeah, she's looking good. Looking good. Let's get her all the way up. All right, actually, I don't like how this axle's stretching those bags. I forgot we needed to strap that back up. We'll get these straps around this axle here to hold that down. It was kind of stretching the bags out whenever we were raising it up on the lift. I didn't like that. This should take the pressure off those bags. All right, now let's raise her up. All right, guys, we got that front part of the drive shaft in. Not a lot to explain on how to do it. You know, we've got that we got that yoke swapped out with that U-joint I told y'all about. It pretty much just slipped right in. And then, all right, so if you've got a one-piece shaft, you're still gonna have somewhere along in here. I had to fab this up a long time ago, but somewhere in here you're gonna have, it's probably covered under these. There's two holes where if this was a short bed, there would be a carrier bearing like this right here. There are two bolt holes, either here or there. They might have been up there. I think they were up there. And that's where this thing would have mounted if you had a two-piece drive shaft. If you have a one-piece drive shaft, you know, it's just going to go from there all the way to your rear end. But either way, on this cross member, there's still going to be some holes up in there for if this would have been a two-piece drive shaft. So just look for those holes, man. You can kind of line these up, these two to your carrier bearing up with those holes and put a bolt in. But sometimes during this process, you got to kind of move this thing. Sorry, guys. You got to kind of shift this thing in and out a little bit. So sometimes I'll make a big rectangle plate and I'll either weld it to this. Sometimes I'll drill it in the 4 holes where those were. But you just need to get a little base for your carrier bearing right there. That's all it is to it. Get a little base for your carrier bearing so that way your drive shaft is up in there like it's supposed to be. And then get it bolted in, man. It's pretty simple. And then the back half will just slide onto that and bolt back onto there. You want to make sure you clock these things like they're supposed to be. You know, they're supposed to be phased. I've got a piece of tape and a line. I'm not sure if you can see, but I've got a line made up in there. And then the other one's got a line on it too to make sure that they line up together. But if you didn't do that, you just want to make sure that these U-joints, this flat part goes all the way down and it lines up with the flat part. You don't want it to be twisted, if you get what I'm saying. All right. All right. Look what we just got in. Got in that Evolution chop saw. Man, I am stoked about that. I've been using that grinder for years. Thank you, FedEx. Man, that lady in there is jamming today. She had that music blasting. Heck yeah. Got the saw in. Let's get that thing opened up. Find somewhere to set it. Start cutting some metal. All right, guys, let's get this thing unboxed and check out this blade. Man, that thing's huge. It's like a damn basketball hoop. All right. This thing looks like it's already all put together. That is awesome. And that thing is freaking huge. All right, I think that's all we've got. Put that back in there. And it came with some instructions, a little clamp, and some extra brushes for the motor, it looks like. Man, I've been wanting one of these for so long. We're going to be cutting that metal smooth as eggs now. Oh, what's this warning right here? There's a warning. Warning. Chris is a badass. All right, that's cool. All right, we got this thing set up. Just got it set in the floor right now. We got to get ourselves a table. I got to build myself a table or something for it over there. Golly, it's cold as heck out here. Let's do our first cut. Get some of this round tube that we're going to be building the 4-link bars out of. All right, we're going to want our bars. I'm going to make these bars about 25 inches for these uppers. And that's going to include this heim joint and everything. That'll be total length. I got these heim joints right here from Air Slam It. Got a pretty good deal on them. They're the only ones that I could find. This tube that we're using is 1 1/4 OD, and the wall is 0.156. So some pretty thick walled stuff, and it's hard to find these bungs and heim joints for that. Most of the heim joints and stuff were for the 0.120 wall. This is 0.156, so it's a little bit thicker. I wonder where Kathy's going. All right, I think I've got it marked to about where we're going to need it, I hope. Let's see, how long is that making that bar? 20 and a half is what it's going to be. I think this thing. Okay, let's see how she does. Wow, that was awesome. That would have taken like 5 minutes with the grinder. That is awesome, man. That thing cut that smooth as eggs too. Look at that. Okay, now that we got that cut, we've got our heim joint right here. You can see that that thing just goes right in there. We'll take a hammer and tap it in until she goes all the way in. We'll weld up this seam right here, and then we'll cut the other side and get the bung on the other side. No, it's not a bung. That's just a, I don't know what the heck you call that, a bar end. But yeah, we'll get it fixed up so we can weld that on. Alrighty, we'll just tap that gently. And you'll see it's set all the way down in there, perfect. Now we'll just throw some weld around that end right there. And man, she'll be in there. We'll get this bar end on this side right here, and we've made our own upper 4-link bars. Super simple, a lot cheaper. All right, so we've got one bar done. You can see right here, turned out all right, looking good. We got that bar end on right there, welded in. Got this one on. She swivels. We can loosen it up and adjust it like we need. Pretty good, man. So that's how we make our upper bar. We've been waiting 2 dang weeks for that. All right, let's get this other one cut out. All right, we got both bars made there. That was simple, man. It took like 10, 15 minutes to knock those out. I've been waiting weeks for those damn bars. Could have built them myself in 15 minutes. But God, I love this saw, man. That thing, that's probably my new favoriteest tool. That cut through that stuff smooth as eggs. I'm excited to have that and not have to grind through that metal as much anymore. Getting kind of late outside. It's towards the end of the day. We're probably going to clean up the shop a little bit. And we'll catch you guys back out here tomorrow. Where we'll start building our little cross member right here that our bars are going to go on, and probably get all this knocked out tomorrow. All right, we got those bars hanging up there. Got a coat of primer on them. We got a dang run right there, man. I was coming down through here. I was spray painting so smooth. Had them looking good. Come down to my hand, got hung on that. Caused me a dang run. It's all good. We'll sand that out tomorrow, and we'll hit them up that cosmic gold. We got this... Got a couple more of these gussets cut out today. We got this honeycomb one. That thing looks pretty cool. So it looked pretty good like that. Something like that. Maybe even up in here. But I'll tell you what I like. I like that dang spider web. That spider web's nasty, baby. Look at that. That looks good. I like the way that looks on there. I don't know if y'all can see the top view of it up here. But man, that looks too cool. See, here's how they look up top. And then the honeycomb one's pretty cool too. But on this build, I think the spider web looks much cooler. Man, you guys should head on over to that website, radfabz.com. Get yourself some of these gussets. That's pretty cool. All right, we made it back home with this thing. Well, this thing's a little rough. That front wheel's locked up. Kathy's gonna try to pull the truck forward. Okay, go ahead. Perfect, man, perfect. That's smooth as eggs. Heck yeah. Keep going. All right, whoa. Damn, she just nailed the hard body. Dang, it's all good. Let's get this thing off the rest of the way. All right, this thing is a little rough. This tie rod's broke here, so this wheel keeps trying to kick out while we're backing up. And the axle, it's been hit back there, so the axle's bent. Kathy's gonna try to get it back in place. Put it forward, try to go forward. All right, whoa. We've got ourselves in a rut. Alrighty guys, we got them upper bars on finally. They're looking good. Got them painted in that cosmic gold. Looking real good. We did a little different style this time. You know, normally the middle point I usually put right here and it shoots and goes that way. But we're gonna be building a bed floor on Chucky's truck. So I'm trying to keep everything as low as possible. Now you see, if we would have put those on top of that pumpkin, they would have been sticking up like this high. So I'm trying to keep everything below this notch right there. That way we can get as much bed floor as we want. So see, that keeps that down low. Looking good. I've not done that style coming out from this way and going into the middle. The first time I did it, it actually didn't turn out right. Earlier, yesterday, I guess I had too much of an angle, and when it came down, it was hitting the bags on both sides. So I had to cut all that out and re-angle it. Now she's clear. We got plenty of clearance on the bags now. See that? Looking good. We got some little gussets put in right here, just for some fancy detail. It's looking good. We're going to tape up this black off right here and probably paint those gussets that cosmic gold. Just that gusset right there. It's going to look really cool. And we've got some down here too. But yeah, man, finally making some progress on this thing. Got all those on. She's articulating up and down really good. I am about to pull the bed up in here and cut what we need out of the bed so that way we can slap that bed back on and start getting everything plumbed back up. And we got the drive shaft back in also. You see here, like I showed you guys earlier in the video, it just mounts up to your center. If you got a carrier bearing mount, you can use that one, or you can slide it out and make it a little bit further if you need. That's what I had to do. I had to come out about, looks like probably about 1.5 inches on mine. And then that just slides on right there, and then it bolts back onto your drive shaft, and boom. Now when you go up and down, you don't have to worry about making a tunnel because that's going to stay in the same spot, and this is the only part that's going to pivot right here. We have got our rear end set to about a 1.5 on the angle, and that one right there is set on about a 1. So that should be pretty good. By the time we go up and down and twist a little, I'm sure it's going to change just a little bit. Got that bumper laying all the way down on the ground. Old lemon drop right there. Heck yeah, man. I'm glad to be getting some progress done on this. We've been selling the heck out of those front shock mount kits for the Crown Vic, for the bags up here I showed you guys in the last video. I've got a few sets right here that I've been just cutting out today, getting stacked up so that I can build them. Man, we have sold several sets. I think it was loud. We've sold to several states so far. I've sold one to California, Texas, Arizona, Arkansas. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I really appreciate you guys supporting me and heading over to the website and picking up some tabs and those shock mounts, stickers and t-shirts or whatnot. I really appreciate you guys' support. And I got this dang piece of metal right here whittled down to like some Swiss cheese. I have used about every bit that I can use. I keep hunting down though, like a little section like that. I can come over here and cut a little shock tab out of that. These little bitty tabs like that, man, I can fit those in several places. So I just keep coming over here and lining it up and cutting out every little tab I can get out of that. See, we had a mess up here. I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, my consumables were bad. My tip and my nozzle is just worn. I got 1,000 pierces out of those tips, so I'm lucky to get what I got out of that. This is what it started doing, and we changed up the tip, and then she started cutting it out. Smooth as eggs, man. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get hooked up to this bed and get that thing up in here. All right, let's head on in and get this dang cherry picker here. Slide her out. Oh, this is gonna be sketchy coming up and down this slope. Oh, dang. We get to try out our new bed cherry picker here. I'm excited about that. I've been fighting this dang beds by myself for years. So that's going to be fun to have a little help with that. Come on, where's the hole? There you go. Let's see how we get this thing up in here. Oh, dude, that fits lovely. Well, actually, that almost fell off right there. Now that's fitting lovely. All right. Wonder how that's going to pick that thing up. Need to run inside and get this little piece that Now, I've not used one of these before, so let's see how it goes. Dang, it's getting a little windy out here, man. All right, so still got to get the bed lifted up a little bit because this thing's taller than the bed. Oh, there we go. I got that. I didn't think I'd be able to grab that with one hand, but I am pretty dang strong. All right, let's see how this thing's gonna do. I don't know if I'm liking it so far, but we'll see how it goes when I pick up. All right, I don't know if I did this thing wrong or something, but this being a long bed, can't really dang get to the middle of it, you know, and I'm bottomed out all the way here. It's only picking up the rear end, but hell, even if I can just get like that, yeah. We'll pick it up like that and we can pull it. Oh yeah, that's much better. All right, now we've made it this far. This is gonna be the tough part. She rolled in pretty easy to here, but those dang front legs are hitting that, and that's just not gonna roll up in here on its own. We're gonna have to do something. Let's see, what if I get in here? Oh, my nuts. If I can get that wheel up on there. Like that. Ow. That didn't feel good. Let's try this side. Come on. All right. I don't want to go like that. All right, that thing's not wanting to roll up on this front lip right here. You see this lip down here? Yeah, those front legs aren't wanting to roll up on that. We may have to drop her down and either grab it from this side and pull it in, or just grab that thing and shove it in like we usually do, you know? I'm gonna set it down. We're getting it little by little, guys. I'm getting her in there. Boom. Got her in. All right. All right. All right, man. We got this heavy son of a gun up in here. Got a little bit of junk left over. We've got to cut a little bit of this bed out, this bed floor. We've already cut out a little from where we did it before, but now we've got to cut out more in the front because we've built all this stuff with the front bags. So we've got to come up just a little bit more and cut that out. This tool was pretty handy to get it moved over. I'm sure for moving it around here in the shop, it's going to be perfect. It wasn't coming up that slope, but nothing is. I mean, that slope is kind of heck to get in and out. I ordered this. This one is not Harbor Freight. I don't know where the heck I got this one from. Speedway Motors or something like that. Heck, I don't know. It was like 250 bucks. The little twist knobs on it are kind of junky. The one that goes on this middle piece right here was broken when I got it. I tried Gorilla gluing it on, and it didn't last long at all for me to make one turn on it. It broke off. So we just need to get some measurements and figure out how much of this floor is going to be getting cut out. All right, so I guess one of the easier spots to go off of is these back holes right here where the bed bolted into the frame. So I'll just measure from where that went and come forward. Man, I think that's where that one went. Pretty sure. Getting a little cold out. All right, so I'm gonna measure from this, where this hole was in the floor where it mounted to the frame. I'm gonna measure from that forward. So I know that that one mounted right there. So we'll center that. We'll come forward. It looks like if we come up 40 and a half, that'll be perfect. Let's check on this side over here. 40 and a half. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. All right, so now we'll just measure 40 and a half from these bolt holes. Be about right there. Then we'll do one on the other side. Okay. Run a straight edge across that and cut out that piece, and she should drop right back in there. Oh no, we're gonna need that marker. All right, we've got our level here now. Just line it up with our lines from that 40 and a half. All right, we'll get the plasma cutter hooked up and we'll cut that section out. You know what? It might be easier just to cut that with the dang grinder instead of getting that plasma cutter all hooked up. I think we'll just cut that out with the grinder, knock it out real quick. All right, we got us some safety glasses and some gloves. Probably gonna wish I would have just used the plasma cutter on this, but we'll go ahead and try it with the grinder. Okay, here we go. All right, time for a new blade. All right, fresh blade loaded up. Let's keep on cutting. Oh, I'll rip my damn nuts out. Okay, time for another blade. This thing says 2 times longer life. Yeah, right, man. That thing lasted about 45 seconds just then. She's out of there. All right, I think that baby's ready to go back in there. Should be able to set the bed right in place. Come on, fire department. Trying to make a video here, buddy. Just kidding. Hope everybody's okay. Hope everybody's all right. All right, we're going to attempt to use this thing again and try to get this bed up on this truck. Let's see how it goes this time. Oh, Lordy, don't fall down. It's still a little challenging by yourself. Even with this thing, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Oh. We almost got that sucker. It's been a little awkward. Oh, sheesh. What's wrong with this thing? Hit it like a dead end or something on this. Oh, I see. Damn little tab. All right. She's a little crooked, but we're getting close. We're getting close. Oh, dang, almost fell. All right, we're not set in there yet, right? All right, we finally finagled her on there a little bit. She's sitting a little crooked, but we got her on there. That thing did help out a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing unhooked now. It did its job. Get it out of the way. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Boom. Okie dokie. This thing's heavy as heck. All right. We're not too far off because our bolt holes in the front are lining up. And I can see this one here. Whoa, I'm rolling the truck away. I can see these here are kind of lined up. Yeah, I bet those bolts drop right in there. Go ahead and get this sucker up out of our way. All right, see if I can find these bed bolts up here. Oh yeah, found most of them. Let's see, so we got all of our bolts here. See if we can't get them set in the floor. Sorry, this camera's making me a little mad. All right, I'm not sure if you can see, but we've got, let's see, this shorty. Can we use any shorties for this? I think so. See, boom, that dropped right in place. I'm not sure if you could see that. You can't, but it did drop right in place. I'll try to get this one over here too. Come on, buddy. Need to come back just a little bit. Boom, right in place. Now if we can get these front two dropped in, that'll be perfect. All right, I need to figure out what we did with that gas line. All right, we got the bed in place and she is bolted down. See if you can see, we got a bolt there. We were able to get one in there. Both the ones up front. We won't be able to get those. We had to cut that section of the bed out, but there's also two more that go, under the bed, right under here. You can't see those from up top. They're like under the floor down there. But that's what these little shorties go to right here. All right, but everything's in place. She's looking good. Look at that. All right, man, one step closer. You know what? Our fender tubs were supposed to be delivered today. I'm gonna have to go look around and see. Sometimes they just drop them off in random spots out here at the lot. Sometimes it'll be up front. If I got all the doors shut and I'm in here with the heat on, they'll take it around back and put it at the back door, which is super cool. That way nobody steals our stuff. But sometimes I walk around here trying to figure out where the heck everything's at. You can see how I cut the bed there. Run it nice and straight along the edge. And I don't like this little chunk we got in the back right here, but it's where we had the, everything was mounted back here before. You remember we had to cut all that crap out. So it is what it is, man. We might build like a little slant thing up right here to block that because he's still going to have all this bed floor right here. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened. The dang camera just fell over. All right, let's try to roll this sucker back a little bit now. Get it back into place. What do I got? Oh, yeah, I got something blocking the wheel. All right, it's looking good, looking good. We got the spot cut for the gas tank there. So probably tomorrow we'll cut the bottom out of that toolbox there and get everything lined up. We'll get the gas tank back in place. We'll get it strapped down and mounted. We'll get the bottom of that toolbox cut out and slid over top of it so that it's in place. And we can start going from there, framing up our bed and everything. But I need to find out where my fenders are. They should be here somewhere. We'll get those in place and start doing the framing for our bed. Okay, guys, we're back for a little update. I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera, as you can see. We got a lot of stuff done. We've got the bed on, got the toolbox in there. I've just been getting a lot of stuff knocked out. Been out doing a little bit of Black Friday shopping. Picked up this dang welding table right here. Man, this thing has come in handy. It has actually come in handy. I have used it a lot the last few days, building up these Crown Vic front shock mounts for the F100s. So that table has come in handy for slapping those things together. I have been building those and shipping out orders. I've got an order over there. We've got to ship out today. Got another one I got to build tonight and get out. We also picked up one of these little jacks like we've been borrowing from Corey and Mandy. That thing is coming handy, so I grabbed one for myself while it was on the Black Friday sale. What is that, Rapid Pump? Huh, that's what they used to call Kathy in high school. All right, so let's get back to the truck and show you guys what we got going on. Man, the bed is in. It is looking good. We got the toolbox in. Show you how we got the gas tank inside here. We still got to strap down the toolbox. It's just setting here right now. But we've got the gas tank in. So this is how I strapped down this tank right here. This is one of the straps that came from the Crown Vic that held down the tank. I cut it in half and used both ends with a little eye loop here because it wasn't long enough to make it all the way there. So I cut it in half, made it long enough. We welded a nut to the floor right there, welded a nut to the bed up in there. That way you can just take off that nut and take off that nut and pull this strap out if you need to get that tank out. And trust me, man, that son of a gun ain't going nowhere. I'm shaking the hell out of it right now. It's not going nowhere. It is solid in there. All right, and then also got something pretty cool. The diamond plate that we cut out of the floor for that. Let me grab it and show you. All right, we've got these two pieces right here that we cut out of the floor. So I'm gonna build a little box to cover the gas tank and protect it that way, because he's got a lot of room left in this toolbox right here. We'll be able to store stuff. And then the top piece, it's gonna look a little floppy right now, guys, because obviously it's not welded together, but it's gonna be, you know, something like this. Just gonna be a dang box. If I can kind of get it to float how I want, you know. It's not gonna be sloped like that. It's gonna be all the way up here and welded in, look good. I wonder if this piece is long enough to go across that. Nah, but that would have been cool. All right, kind of see what we got going on. Like I said, this will be all straight once we get everything welded in. Too bad we don't have any pieces to fill in this in right here, but we'll just use some like 16 gauge or something and cap that off. And then we'll put the filler neck over there somewhere so he can just pull up to the gas station, pop the lid here, fill it with gas, roll on. And also plenty of freaking storage. We might put the compressors down here, one over here, one over there. I don't know. We'll see what kind of room we got. But check that out, man. It's looking good. Fits in there perfect. Nice, man. I like it. So yeah, that's all that we've got going on. A little bit of Black Friday shopping, putting the bed on, getting the gas tank in. The gas tank is installed fully and ready to go. This son of a gun's ready to fire up and drive. The drive shaft's in. We got our brake installed out here. Kind of sucks I installed it in wintertime. I don't know if I've already showed you guys yet, but I've been using the heck out of it. It works great. Oh dang, we're getting locked out. It works great. Just sucks that it's outside in the cold. I might end up building something and bringing it inside so we can use it in here. I had thought about getting an old tire, filling it with concrete and putting a little stand on it and welding it to that. That way I could roll it around and put it wherever I needed, bringing it in and out as we needed. Well, okay, now that I've caught you guys up, I really just wanted to show y'all that strap and how I strapped it down and how that looked under all this metal before I filled that in, because some of you guys had asked me before. I think I talked about it in a couple episodes back about this truck. But if you missed those, that's how I do it. You can put a couple across there if you want. Just the two that came with the car was all that I had. And I used both of them to make the one. And again, that mother effer is not going nowhere. It is in there solid as heck. I made it just a little bit shorter so that way when I tightened it up, it snugged it down real tight. Okay, I'm gonna quit yapping and I'm gonna try to make something happen with this, and I'll show you guys what we got going on. Okie dokie, guys, we've been moving right along. You can see there, got a lot of stuff done. We got our horn blasters in right here, the air horn Chucky ordered up. Man, we tested those on the battery the other day. Those things are loud as heck. That's gonna look awesome and sound awesome. Sorry about my voice, I'm a little sick. Got a little cough around here, been a little sick the last couple of days. But we've been working on this raised bed floor. Had a couple guys ask me about these fenders already. I got those from, I have to double check, but I think I got them on eBay. They were for, man, I'll have to double check. But they were for like an 87 C10. Couldn't find any for an F100. But these right here, they were $55 each. They fit perfect, man. Plenty of clearance. I just held them up, tacked them in right there, and we'll get them welded in all the way around. but they look and they fit excellent. All right, so we're working on this raised bed floor. We've just used this 1x1 tubing all the way around, got it all framed up. We've got this middle rack right here that's going to raise. It's a little tight right now, but it's going to raise up like that, right? You know, yeah. All right, and we're going to go with the one solid piece of wood instead of individual pieces. I've seen a bunch of videos on that, and man, it looks just as good with one piece. It's easier to do, especially with this middle piece right here being all one. You don't have to worry about water running in between the boards and running all over your crap. So I just wanted to show you guys how I got this framed in right here. And then I'm going to set the board up there and kind of show you what we got going on with the game plan. So let me set this down and show you what we got. All right, so I watched a couple videos to get some inspiration on how I wanted to do this because I've never built a raised bed floor before, besides on Lincoln. And on Lincoln, we did it all in metal. I just cut the whole bottom of the floor out, raised it up, built a frame like this, but set the metal floor right on top of it. And I got all these strips right here from Lowe's also. They're just aluminum strips, 1/8 by 1 inch, 8-foot pieces. That's what I got, and I'll show you what I got going on with this.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
There's Kathy, everybody. Welcome, Kathy. All right, see how that looks? Looks pretty awesome. See, it looks like individual boards. You can see how the wood grain on this one right here is different from that piece right there and different from that piece. These little strips right there make it look like individual boards. And you can see how that one's raised up. Well, you can't tell it too much, but these boards aren't bolted down yet, so it's a little wavy if you see anything that looks weird. And so how I've got it is this strip right here is going to hang over half of this ledge right there so that, oh, that fell. Let me get it back up there. So that when we lower it back down, it will hide this seam right here like that. See? It'll be on this top board. It'll come up like this, and then it'll lay back down. Can you see that? Come up like that, lay back down, and it'll hide that seam. And we're going to still, we're going to stain this and polyurethane it, so it's going to look good. But look at this around this fender. Sheesh, that looks good right there. Looking good. Let's move this metal. These are just little strips that I had cut off just to show you guys what it was going to look like. Let's see how that looks, man. That is smooth as eggs. Look at that. Looks nice. Yeah, these are just little strips that were left over. We've got to get some more of these strips. I bought all the ones that Lowe's had. But they're going to be, you know, you get an idea. It's going to be like that. And then actually, there's going to be another run too. Let me grab a couple of these to show you. Probably somewhere right in there. Kind of something like that, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be like that. Still got to cut this piece. I've got to go to Lowe's and get another piece of board because I kind of effed up the first one. Man, it was hard as heck to get that radius around that thing, get it perfect the first time. The second time, we knocked it out. We're just going to use that one as a template and trace it onto that one. And yeah, we'll get that one done tomorrow. But I just wanted to show you guys how it looked before I close this thing all up and you wouldn't be able to see the frame. I am going to go in here and throw some cross members here. You see we got one there. I'm going to throw a couple across there. Got a little bit of fender showing right there. A little bit of bed. Be able to haul a few pieces of plywood in there. She's looking pretty cool though. Check out that bed floor. I think it's going to look all right. What do you guys think, man? A light stain or a dark stain on that? Those aluminum strips are going to stay aluminum, but I picked out initially like almost a natural stain, just a little bit darker than that. But after looking at some videos and seeing some stuff, I think a darker stain would look better on that. We took it on its first test drive today, and I just backed it out of the garage and then right back in. I wanted to test to make sure everything shifted good. The brakes felt okay. That was the first time I've drove on that drive shaft. I say drive, we just rode out and rode back in, but everything felt good. There was no clunking, no rubbing of anything. I didn't want to take it on a good full drive just yet because the brakes are a little squishy. I don't know what's going on. It was like that when I got it from him, and it feels like maybe the brake booster has gone out or something, so we might have to replace that brake booster. They stop really good, man. They stop like EMF, no problem. You hit them, it locks up, but it's squishy as heck and goes all the way to the floor. So we're going to need to address that. We got a coat of paint on the tank here. That's looking much better. We're going to put old Chucky Velvet's logo right there in the middle of that and clear coat it. And then let me prop this bed and show you. Let me see if I can raise this thing without making a mess. Oh, man. See, that's how it's gonna look. It's gonna look kind of cool, man. I think it's gonna look really awesome. Nice and clean. We're not gonna be propping it up with a paint pole. We're just doing that for now. And you can see this middle track right here that it's gonna be bolted to. This right here is gonna be bolted to the bottom of that and framed out. And we'll have a couple supports going across there too. And so the plan is with the air tank over there, we had it setting the other day. It's gonna sit right there. It fits perfectly right there. You can see we got one compressor, two compressor, and everything's hidden up in there. Looks really good. You'll see old Chucky Velvet's logo right there. And then I think we're going to use some sort of hinges. We're going to find some sort of hinges to bolt to a plate on the bottom of this and weld to a little frame that's going to be back there on that back wall. And then maybe some type of shock, some air shocks or something like that to help raise it up and down. I think that's looking all right. Looking all right. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. We're starting to run into about the 30 and 40 minute mark, and I don't want to bore you guys too much. So we've got a lot of stuff knocked out this week. Still got a few little things to knock out, but catch us back in the next episode and see what we're going to do. Thanks for watching the video. Oh, yeah, if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs up button anyways.